Alright, so we're going to get started today with our practice in a comfortable seated position. We can come to a crisscross, we can stretch the legs out, or we can maybe bring a blanket or a pillow underneath us to find more comfort. We're going to start by taking a few deep breaths. So go ahead and relax the shoulders, maybe close the eyes. Palms can be on our lap or on our knees. And we'll start with a little bit of breath work. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And again, deep inhale and exhale. 2 more. Starting to slow down the breath and maybe starting to empty the mind, letting go of anything that's pressing on our mind today. Just allowing ourselves to take a little break from the world. So today we'll try to practice one of the yamas of yoga. You can think of yoga yamas as philosophical nuggets, life mottos, if you will. So today we'll practice Ahimsa, which means literally non-violence. And that can be interpreted as not being mean to other people, not starting a fight with other people. It can also be interpreted as not being violent toward the earth and our environment, animals and pets. But it can also mean not being violent toward ourselves, being kind toward ourselves, body, soul, mind, everything, us as a whole. So that's what we're going to practice today. We're going to go through a beginner's flow and we'll practice Ahimsa, trying new poses, but always approaching the poses with a curious mind and trying to find the better version of the pose that works for us right now in this moment. So we're going to start with a few little stretches to get us moving and getting the blood flowing. So we're going to start by taking a deep inhale, shoulders up to the ears, exhale back and down. 2 more, inhale, exhale back and down. Last one, inhale, exhale back and down. Let's go ahead and bring the left hand onto the ground. We're going to go up and over, reaching far away with our right hand, reaching for the wall next to us, and then to the other side. Maybe gazing up to the sky. Let's do that one more time. Side to side. Very good. And slowly coming back to the middle. We're going to shake the head a little bit. Maybe you roll the head all the way around, creating circle with your head one way and then the other. Just letting go of any tension, being kind to our bodies. And coming back up to neutral. Let's go ahead and make our way to our hands and knees. Slowly make your way there, however you need to get there today. So we're going to find our hands and knees and we're just going to start right immediately with a few cats and cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and the chin up to the sky, opening the front of the body. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin for cat. And again, inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Very good. Go ahead and send the hips back to the heels, reaching the arms forward, finding our child's pose. And if we need to find more room for our chest to come down toward the ground, we can always bring the knees a little wider. Settling into our stretch, taking deep breaths through the nose. And start noticing what your body has to say to you today. Is it stiff? Is it sore? I know mine is sore from a previous workout. Or maybe we're coming back from an injury. And so we need to just pay attention to what our body has to say so we don't force it and we're not violent to it. We're going to take a deep inhale. Let's go ahead and bring those knees a little closer together if they were wide apart. And we're going to step forward with the left foot. Left foot steps forward. We're going to find a little kneeling lunge, reaching the hands up to the sky, shoulders down. We're breathing deeply. We're zipping up the abs. Go ahead and slowly bring the hands down, tucking the toes, lifting the knee. We're going to bunny hop that back foot forward. This is our first forward fold. Sometimes the hamstrings scream at us. Go ahead and bend the knees, grab the elbows. Exhale, just hang like a ragdoll. Deep breaths. Maybe shake the head. Go ahead and release the hands back down. We're going to bend the knees, tuck the tail, roll it all the way up to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're going to soften the knees, hinging from the hips, diving down to a forward fold again. And bringing the hands to the shins, lifting up the chest, monkey pose. We find a nice flat back. You can bend the knees, again, if the hamstrings are tight right now. Exhaling down. We're going to step back with the left foot. Left foot steps back. We're making our way back down, dropping the knee, untucking the toes. And we're going to find that kneeling lunge on the other side. Big inhale, shoulders melt down. Exhale, melt the hands down to the mat. We're going to step it back to our child's pose. Take a breath. Square the hips, maybe sway the hips side to side. Shifting forward, we're going to come to a kneeling plank, zipping up the abs, lifting the chest. Go ahead and bend the elbows and slowly make your way all the way down to the floor. It's okay if it doesn't look perfect. We got to start somewhere. Inhale, lift the chest. Little hand check. I like to tap my hands on the ground, making sure that I'm using my back muscles. Press into the mat, press away, coming back to child's pose. We're going to step forward with our left foot. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it forward. We're back to that forward fold. Deep inhale here. Go ahead and bend the knees, roll it all the way up to standing. Let's bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, squeezing the palms of the hands together, lifting the chest and the gaze up to the sky. Deep breaths. One more. Exhale, release. One more time. Sweep those hands up. Exhaling, diving down, back to forward fold. Hands come to the shins. We're going to lift up, finding that monkey. One more time. And exhale down. We're going to step back with that left foot once again. Dropping the knee, untucking the toes. We're going to keep that left hand down onto the ground, reaching the right hand up, finding a twist. Reach the fingertips to the sky, grow tall, shoulders are away from the ears, long necks. Bringing the hand back down to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes, lifting the knees. We're going to step it back to a down dog. And if down dog feels a little too much in the shoulders today, we can always drop the knees and come to child's pose. Otherwise, we're in our down dog and we're just pedaling the heels, finding more space in the back of the legs. Go ahead and shift forward back to that kneeling plank or full plank. I'm going to choose a full plank right now. And we're going to bend the elbows, melting down. Big inhale, lifting the chest back to that cobra. Go ahead and melt back to the floor, pressing into the ground, pressing away, coming back to child's pose. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. We can always bend the elbows, maybe stacking the fists. And inhale and exhale all the way. Reaching the fingertips to the front of the mat. Let's step forward with the left foot this time. Whoop. Left foot forward. Hands to the ground. We're gonna reach that left hand up to the sky, twisting toward the front leg. Shoulders away, long neck. We're gazing up to the ceiling. Deep breaths. Hands come back down to the floor, tucking the toes, lifting the knee. Bunny hop it forward, forward fold. Deep breaths. Bend the knees, roll it all the way up to standing. We're gonna practice a little bit of chair pose. I'm gonna face the camera, so I'm gonna face you. You are welcome to face me. But we're gonna stand right in the middle of the mat. And we're gonna start by inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands at heart as we sit into a chair. So you're literally sitting onto an imaginary chair. We're gonna build up some heat here. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up as we stretch the legs. Exhale, sit back down. Spread the toes wide, and again, inhale, grounding into the floor. Exhale, down. And inhale, up. Exhale, down. We're doing squat, y'all. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Let's change the arms. Inhale, up. As we exhale, we're gonna round the arms back all the way to the front. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back and sit down. Reach the arms forward. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, back and sit. Last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Find your chair. Hold it there. Whew, glutes are on fire. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands at heart. We're gonna melt the hands down to the floor. Stretch the legs as much as possible, finding a forward fold. Go ahead and shake the head a couple of times. And we're gonna bend the knees, tuck the tail between the legs, roll that all the way back up. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come back to the front of the mat. We're gonna work on some warriors today. If you've never done warriors before, don't worry, I'll guide you through it. We're gonna take a deep inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, dive back down to that forward fold we just practiced. We're gonna step back with the left foot. We're gonna drop the back heel this time. So the knee stays up, and we're gonna slowly walk the hands onto the front leg, reaching the arms up to the sky. It's very similar to our kneeling lunge, but we're up. And think about squaring the hips and the shoulders to the front edge of the mat. Taking deep breaths. Really sinking into that front leg. Exhale, we're going to open up to each other, opening to the TV, the screen, wherever you're watching this. And we're gonna make sure that the back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat so that our hips are nice and open, reaching the arms out, bending that front leg, and we're gazing over our ring finger. This is our warrior 2. Pressing the arms down, feeling super, super strong. Inhale. Exhale, big. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to reverse the front palm up, your left hand if you're looking at the screen, and going back to a reverse or peaceful warrior. Lifting the chest up to the sky, feeling that big side stretch onto our left side. Slowly bringing the left elbow to the left thigh, reaching up and over. This is our side angle. If you look at my hand, my hip, and my foot, this should be creating a diagonal, a nice straight line. And then exhaling, we're gonna go back to that reverse. And inhale, side angle. Coming back to warrior 2. Let's go ahead and stretch that front leg. Just deep inhale. We're gonna reach toward the left. Hinge, 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 hinge. We're gonna bring the hand to the shin. Feather touch. Try not to dump onto it. The knee probably cannot handle that today or ever. I'm bringing the fingertips to the shin, reaching up. This is our triangle pose. Both legs are nice and stretched. We're using the powerhouse, the core, to hold us up. We're going to slowly come back up, stacking the hips and the shoulders, and we're going to slowly pivot that left foot so the toes are facing forward, both feet facing the same direction. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips, diving down, finding a straddle. Here's where we just relax. There's no right or wrong answer here. We can bend the knees if the hamstrings are really tight. We're gonna be here for 2 deep breaths. Hands can come to the floor. I like to grab my elbows and just hang. Deep breaths. Allow gravity to do all the work for you. At the same time, we're kind to our body. We practice Ahimsa, being mindful of our hamstrings, especially if they're tight, softening the knees. Go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. We're going to bend the knees, tuck the tail, roll it slowly all the way up. Very good. Time to pivot the other foot. It's our right foot. We're going to pivot out. Reaching the arms out, bend that front knee. We're back to warrior 2. We're making our way to the other side. Same thing. So we're going to lift the palm up to the sky, going back, finding our reverse warrior. We're just mirroring each other. Deep breaths. And again, the elbow comes to the thigh, reaching up and over. We find that nice diagonal with our body for side angle. And make sure that your elbow is nice and gentle onto that thigh. If we dump all the weight, then the shoulder comes up to the ear. Exhale back. One more time, side angle. Maybe gazing to the sky. Go ahead and come back to that warrior 2, nice and strong, gazing over our ring finger. We're going to extend the front leg. Both legs are stretched. Inhale, hinging forward. The left hip comes up to the sky. Bringing the fingertips to the shin or the thigh, reaching up. Triangle pose. Go ahead and bend that knee. Whew, yeah, my knees sound like Rice Krispies sometimes. If yours do too, we're good. Exhale, go ahead and bring the hands up to the sky. We're going to readjust the back foot, maybe pivoting in or maybe standing in a little bit more. Finding that warrior 1 again. Remember what we said earlier, squaring the hips and shoulders to the front edge, bending that front knee, taking 2 deep breaths here. Standing strong, standing tall, being present. Gently, we're going to windmill the arms down to the mat. Lift the back heel, step it back to your down dog. We're going to lower the knees down to the ground, finding a child's pose. Taking 2 deep breaths. Broadening the back of the shoulders, growing the rib cage. When you're ready, go ahead and tuck the toes under, pressing evenly into the hands and into the feet. We're going to find the down dog one more time. It's our last down dog. Go ahead and pedal the heels. And slowly, we're going to walk the feet forward, coming to a forward fold once again. Bending the knees a little bit, reaching the arms out. Lead with the chest, reverse all the way up. And back to our mountain pose. Hands by our side, feeling tall. Let's go ahead and come back to the center of our mat. We're going to work on a little bit of balance. And if balance is not your thing, don't worry about it. I even want you to grab a chair. If you really feel like today is not a great day for balance, I know I'm a little congested and vertigo tends to be very present. So I want you to grab your chair and just bring it close by, or if you want to walk next to a wall, as long as you can see the screen. So we're going to grab a chair. My chair is right here. Very good. And it's gonna be there just in case we need a little something to hold on to. But go ahead and come to a mountain pose, standing tall, and we're gonna bring the hands at heart. We're gonna start by shifting our weight onto our left leg. So shifting to our left, and go ahead and bring that right foot at ankle, below the knee, above the knee. We just stay clear from the knee because that's where the joint is and it might cause some trouble. So go ahead and find your tree pose. Woo, see? Nice and tall. And again, if we're using the chair and we need some little extra help being stable, or maybe the world is spinning for us today, just go ahead and hold on to the chair or the wall. Otherwise, you can even play a little tag and really focusing on feeling tall, zipping up the abs, grounding the feet, spreading the toes wide. You're setting roots. And maybe today we can grow some branches, reaching the arms up to the sky. One more breath, focusing onto one spot, and then bringing the hands back at heart. We're gonna slowly step it down. Shake the legs. How did that go? It's not that scary, right? And again, chair, wall is always there to help you if you need it. I do that. I use my chair and my personal practice, but I also use the wall a lot while I teach. If you've ever taken my class in person, you know sometimes standing on 2 feet is challenging enough. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Hands at heart, shifting to the other side, the right side this time. And again, we're gonna bring that foot onto our right leg, finding our tree pose. Really focusing on the hips. Try not to lift your hip up, but really keeping them square. That way we can balance better. Really pressing into the hands, energy through the arms. Otherwise it's dead weight and nobody needs something else to drag us down. Reaching the hands up to the sky, growing our branches. Deep breaths. Slowly bringing the hands at heart. And then go ahead and step it down. Good job. You survived maybe the scariest part of class. Go ahead and remove the chair away from your mat. And, or if you're by a wall, go ahead and slowly make your way back to your mat. There we go. We're gonna meet back down onto the floor. Just go ahead and slowly mosey on onto your mat. And we're gonna start with a little bit more of mindfulness and time to stretch and relax. So go ahead and just give yourself a big hug. Big, 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 tight hug. And we're just gonna twist side to side a little. Maybe tilting the head side to side too. And go ahead and tuck the chin to chest, roll the shoulders forward. And then lift the chest up. One more time, forward. And back. And coming back to the middle. Very good. Let's go ahead and make our way down to our back just for a couple of stretches where we can really take care of our muscles and stretch them out. So we're gonna cross the right ankle onto the left thigh. We're gonna thread the right hand between the legs, grabbing the hamstring or the knee. Go ahead and pull it closer to the chest. This is our upside down pigeon. And it's where we stretch the IT band or the right hip. Go ahead and gently release. Uncrossing. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Crossing. Thread the left hand between the legs. Grab the hamstring or knee. Pull it close. And just rest for a second. Just focusing on the breath. And uncrossing. Keeping the knees into the chest. Go ahead and Just draw big circles with your knees. Rocking side to side or rocking back and forth. Just massaging the lower back. We've worked hard. We deserve it. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. Knees stay into the chest. Go ahead and ground the shoulder blades into your mat. And as we exhale, we're going to allow the knees to fall completely to our right. Just let gravity take a hold of you and just let them fall. Relaxing. Maybe taking a few deep breaths. And gently bringing those knees back into the sky. Exhale, relax the legs to the left. Let them fall. Allow your body to feel heavy. Allowing the muscles to relax all the way. Bringing the knees back to the sky. Maybe rocking side to side one more time. And we're going to get ready for our final relaxation. My favorite part of practice. It's where we relax, we meditate. And if you've never meditated before, don't worry. It takes time. Just be patient with yourself. Be kind. Practice non-violence. Practicing Ahimsa. So go ahead and just find a comfortable pose. Your feet can stay on the ground. You can stretch the legs out, whatever feels comfortable. We're going to do a very short meditation session. I'm going to lay down with you so that it doesn't feel awkward that one person is staring at you, right? So we're just going to bring the arms by our side. Again, legs can be wherever they want to be. And we'll start by focusing on taking a few breaths. Let's go for 4 deep breaths. Just relaxing the arms and closing the eyes. And just inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. And again, deep inhale. Filling the tummy with air. And exhaling all the way out. Start noticing if there's any leftover tension. And maybe you can ask that specific joint or body part to relax for a little bit. And again, inhale deeply. And exhaling fully. Finding stillness in our bodies for just a few moments. And last big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Give yourself permission to let go. This is the moment where you do not have to be in control of everything. This is the moment where your mind and your body can just simply be without an agenda, without to-do lists or tasks. This is the moment where we can forget about the past and not worry about the future. And just focus on what's going on right now on our 4 corners of our mat. Taking a few more breaths on your own. Hopefully feeling relaxed and feeling like we achieved something today. So we're going to start to bring some movement back into the body, maybe wiggling the toes and wiggling the fingers. Maybe rolling the ankles and the wrists. And this just looks different for everybody. We just kind of start moving again. Maybe bringing the knees into the chest, hugging the knees tight, and rocking side to side. And when you're ready, just slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position of your choice. You're going to face each other. Taking deep breaths. Bringing the hands at heart and taking 5 deep breaths on our own. Feeling thankful for the time we had today to practice. Feeling grateful for this safe space we can gather in. Feeling thankful for our bodies and for the way they served us today. And feeling grateful for everything we were able to achieve. Big things and especially small things. We take one more deep inhale through the nose, and as we exhale, we bow down and say namaste.